Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Michael, and you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi, fantasy, geek culture, and geek media. And today we have in the studio Max from Retro Kingdom.
How's it going?
So this is part 2. Max is working on my Atari.
A pleasure.
Getting things going. So we're just shooting the breeze on some retro gaming, and also if you have any needs on fixing a retro game system, you need to go to Retro Kingdom.
I'll do my best.
Now, they can not only fix retro games, but they also purchase retro games from you, right?
Yeah. If you're looking to take anything off your hands, I'm happy to check it out. I specialize in imports, specifically Japanese imports, but I'm happy to look at North American games or anything you got. I usually like to try to keep it to cartridges to make sure I can clean it and verify it and what have you.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have anything, even disc, I'm happy to check it out.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, so if you want to give to a local mom and pop instead of GameStop, you're welcome to kick it with me and we could try to come to a reasonable price. I also got plenty of merch. I'm happy to advise if you're thinking about picking up some old game. Maybe it was something you grew up with, but you don't remember the name of it. Maybe you're a bit younger and you know of more retro systems and you want to give them a shot. You think it looks cool. You've seen a YouTuber try something out and you want to actually give it a whirl for yourself. There's a lot of flavor in the retro catalog. And now we're in this peak of nostalgia craze where everyone's trying to remake all the old systems. If you really if you're playing on an SNES Mini or an NES Classic or any of the other mini consoleized consoles, there's a bigger library than you might expect just from what's coming out of the box. You want to take a guess at how many video games are on the Super Famicom? That's the Japanese Super Nintendo.
668.
A lot higher than that.
No, get out of here.
There are over 1,400 games. I don't guarantee that they're all good.
They're not all good, huh?
No, I mean, good's relative, but I'm not big on... Have you ever played, pachinko, for example?
No.
Have you ever played pinball?
Yeah, of course. Have to. That's like gaming 101. You gotta play that.
Well, pinball machines are horizontal. Imagine if the pinball machine was vertical instead.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's pachinko.
And you know what? It's interesting because remember before we were talking about, these cabinets that are being made, including desks and tables with games embedded in them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of pinball love going, traditional old school pinball love going on.
I would say of all the people who do video game repairs, that's one of, if not the most elite and challenging thing is to repair an old school pinball cabinet. That's a tier in and all of itself to be able to really know the inner workings of that because there's so many mechanical parts.
Gotcha.
And it's hard to find replacements. It's been such a godsend having 3D printing around to help repair obscure pinball machine parts. I'm glad that there's been a pinball revival. It's a pretty cool thing.
It's pretty cool. So you're a fan of IFC?
Yeah.
So, 2020, very thankful for all the guests, friends, fans, supporters, and trying to make sure every time somebody comes, make sure they leave with a little something. So I got to hand this over to you. Hold on.
What? Whoa! What? Holy smokes!
You're Mr. Hat Man.
Oh, snap!
So,
this is sick!
Yep. Cool.
Oh, man! Oh, these are boss! I owe you a ton! Thank you!
Cool.
Sweet hat. A wide range of lanyards. Ooh.
So, yeah, man.
Dude. Oh, thank you kindly. I'll gladly rock these with pride.
And hopefully we'll be able to go on this show and play some Atari, so we're looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyone that didn't see the previous episode, we are currently cleaning, or Max is currently cleaning the cartridges, and we got some little bugs, some issues. He already replaced one of the toggles, so we're just trying to get everything going. And this is something that Retro Kingdom can do for you guys as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you're gonna be at Fanfare, right?
Oh yeah, I'm stoked. I'm not only gonna be there, but I'm gonna be running free console free play.
Now what is that?
So if you've ever been to, like, I know they do this at PAX. I've seen it there. Basically, you're going to have a lot of stuff going on Fanfare. This is going to be a place where you can just play lots and lots and lots of video games for free to your heart's content. I'm going to have a ton of cartridges, so you can choose the game. I'll have a lot of multiplayer setups. I'll have a lot of classic system setup. We'll probably have it on chunky CRTs. Last year we were there. If you weren't there, we had one of those like old school AV carts that you would see in a school classroom, and it just looked so awesome to actually hook up an N64 to it. So you'll be able to have a lot of fun with us down there. And also, if you're thinking about picking up anything, you could even give it a test drive.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
That's great. And also, Fanfare is a really good cause. It helps support bunch of young students, I don't want to say children, but young adults that are creative, that are creating video games, comic books. They're graphic designers. They're traditional graphic creators, and it's just a great opportunity to support them. The money that they make goes back to the students. So students that can afford books or any other supplies, they help with that. So it's a really, really good reason to go there to Fanfare.
It's really amazing, the entrepreneurial spirit of it's largely students of the school, I believe, that are tabling there, and they're right up there with the pros. They're straight up businesses. They're very professional. Their art's top notch. Really cool, unique pieces. And I wander through there, and you'll see all your favorite anime and all different shows and references and video games and stuff. And they've all taken their own unique, flavorful spin on it and made some really creative and cool stuff. And they'll have it in prints and magnets and buttons and stickers, and it's really quite a cool community. I feel very fortunate to have found it. A friend of mine started the thing up, and I'm really glad this is its third year, and it's really coming a long way, and I'm very excited to be there with you.
Yeah, and we met there.
Yeah, that was where Fateful Encounter happened.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And GEEKCASTER will be there.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing some live filming at the event, so looking forward to that. It's right around the corner. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
February is right there.
Do you have any special surprises planned, or are you not allowed to spoil them yet?
Well, we're definitely going to have some team members from GEEKCASTER are going to be there, so we're excited about that. Might have some cool giveaways.
I'll happily kick you some stuff to give away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's happening, folks. Yeah. So what are you working on right now?
I actually just got a little bit of progress here. So, again, you're going to have to guide me here because you're the Atari expert. But these are tennis paddles for the Atari, and you can just...
You could play a version of like a Pong on there, tennis, bowling, baseball. There's a version of baseball using those. So there's a couple games they made with that. Not as many as the stick button, controller, but there are definitely some really cool games.
It's kind of interesting because there's two controllers here, but they just go to one controller plug.
Right. And that's the beauty of that controller. They specifically made games for people to play with other people.
It's beautiful.
And I think the reason why there's a tennis thing on there. It's because I think that was the original game. They said, hey, how could we play tennis?
Yeah, I don't have the game for this. You might actually, though.
I don't have tennis. I do have bowling, though.
Ooh.
Yeah. But I don't even think you need that for that, actually.
You just play with it on here.
Right.
Nice.
But there are a couple of games that specifically were created for those.
Yeah, when you see old electronics like this, the amount of things that could go wrong with them, of course anything could theoretically go wrong with them, but like right off the bat you can see that one of these is missing this button. But this piece is probably still working. This almost looks like a washing machine button. I feel like I could find something to replace this. But this was off when I shook them. I don't know if you can hear it now, but
You can hear it.
there's a piece of plastic that broke off inside that I pulled out. So I want to make sure that wasn't clonking around. This button, I don't know if you saw earlier, but I had cracked it open and it had fallen out of alignment. So when you pushed it, it actually went inside. So I had to fit this back in the correct groove. These things have been bonked around and maybe they're a little bit schmutzy, but it's pretty hard to break the core electronics in here. Like, we're in this, I think we talked about this way back when, but we're kind of in an era of value engineered electronics. But back in the day when electronics were so new, they didn't even have the thought to say, could we make electronics a little bit more janky and save some bucks? Like, this is top of the line. There was no alternative but doing the best of the best. So this stuff's really still kicking.
And that's the amazing thing, too, just talking, hearing you talk, actually, about fixing how you really can't fix some of the new stuff, or it's not worth it. While the old stuff, it's just a little tweaking and you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, anything can be fixed. Sometimes, though, it's like the cost-benefit of it is just so all over the map that it's kind of not worth it. There's the piece that was shaking around. There's another little piece of plastic in there. Sometimes the cost is rough. Sometimes the fixes are not things like if you had a PlayStation, like the laser that reads the CD was busted. That's not something that I can fix with rubbing alcohol and a screwdriver. That's a new part I have to buy. Sometimes it doesn't feel worth it. But I think, and I've actually started a project since we last talked. Like, I definitely, although this might look impressive to a layperson, I definitely don't consider myself an expert at repairs. But you look at pictures online, you're screwdrivering things together, you're using rubbing alcohol, using pretty safe equipment on pretty safe and pretty durable items. There's very little room for error, so the worst you can do is kind of get a little bit more polished, and it's a good way to kind of like train your muscles and more than anything get a little bit acclimated to just the idea that maybe you are in a little bit more control of your electronics. Maybe not everything has to be thrown away the second your screen cracks or something. And that's actually gone a long way for me, like in my personal life. Like I had the screen to my laptop broke and that was really annoying, and I was asking repair services like how I fix the screen of my laptop. And I was like, oh, it's really going to be a really, really expensive job. And I looked it up and I found the right screen. I looked up the model number of the computer and I found a cheap screen that was reviewed well and I was from a trusted vendor. And I was like, all right, this is the right piece. And I watched a YouTube tutorial and it was just some work with a screwdriver and being very careful and clean. And I did it. And I probably saved myself a couple $100. But trying, getting baby steps into the idea of, taking control of your own electronics, this is a really good stepping stone. So I've started a lot of projects to get people a little bit more acclimated to the idea, maybe your phone screen's cracked. Maybe you could learn how to fix your phone screen yourself. It's not impossible. There's certainly someone at the repair counter that knows how to do it. Why can't you learn how to do it?
Right.
You would hope, at least.
Right.
So there's a lot of, learning to be had from tinkering around with electronics. I think it's a good stepping stone, I would say. Have you ever tried fixing any of your old stuff?
Not electronics. No. Something about electricity, I leave that alone. But other things, yes.
Yeah, this sweet studio, I feel like you built a lot of the stuff by hand.
I did.
You should be very proud.
Including that whole janky setup behind you.
I love that. I'm especially...
When you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, this is from this and this is from that. When you first look, you're like, oh, okay, it's a structure. But when you see how I repurpose things, you're like, oh, okay. I'm really into that right now. Just repurposing things and minimalism.
That's beautiful.
You know. Thank you.
And very environmental, very sustainable.
Yeah.
It's important.
I think. Well, look at all. I mean, look at all the things going on right now as far as all the disasters, right? I think we have to do it. We have to really get it together. And I think they also in the commercial realm, they need to start making things that last now. You know, everything has like a really short shelf life. But look at Atari. I mean, that's some really good plastic.
Yeah, this is nearly 40 years old. I just pulled some little pieces of plastic out of here, and they were like, I wouldn't call them cosmetic, but this thing's gonna work all the same. Or if it didn't, I got some super glue.
Wow.
I wonder, do you have, like, if you look at the shelf right quick, what does your eye go to first? What's your favorite thing on here?
I mean, my eyes tend to go to the Star Wars C-3PO and Darth Vader.
Woo!
Really quick.
Nice.
Where did your eye go to?
That sealed Tamagotchi.
Okay.
That's so prime. That's so good. I love collecting the old little LCD electronics. I tinker with those all the time.
Okay.
I have a really fun one. Do you remember the Pocket Pikachu? Did you ever have one of those?
No, but I do have some sort of feed thing that I never opened. It's not there though. I don't think so. But where it's like you have to feed some animal or it dies. What is that? Like a
Digimon or a Tamagotchi?
Yeah.
They're fun. They had a special place in my heart way back when, and I still really enjoy them. But there's I think it's decently known about, so maybe some of your viewers have had them when they were growing up. It was one specifically of Pikachu, and it never died. It couldn't, like, if you didn't feed it, it didn't just give up on you.
Right.
But it would get, like, angry at you. You had to walk with it. It had a little pedometer in it. I was reminded of it because I'm shaking these things, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's that little bead in the Pikachu thing, which is about this size. And I did my homework on it. I finally got one 20 years after they were a thing. I bought one for funsies, and this was since we last hung out, I figured out there was actually a way to beat the game.
Oh.
Which I never knew about. And even Googling it, like, had a lot of trouble. And I finally found one person that did it because I was using a Japanese one, and so I was a little confused with what was going on. Mm-hmm. The second, it tracks your steps, and then it converts them to watts, which are like the energy for the Pikachu, and you could buy it like a cookie, or you could buy it like, you could give it, and it would have fun. It would like you would like it would like you more, the more energy you gave it.
That's pretty cool.
It was fun. But the second you hit the millionth step on it, the thing stopped. And it's like, you did it! You walked 1,000,000 steps! And it goes to a kill screen, and you can't stop it, and the thing just bricks.
Oh, no.
It was funny. And that got me looking into it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Like, you beat the game. So I picked up, there were actually other ones. They made a Pikachu 2 that was color. Mm-hmm. And then in Japan, they made a few others. They made a Hello Kitty one. And they made one for Sakura Wars, which is a series that never came out here. And so I have, like, I'll bring them all to Fanfare, so you'll hear them all clacking off as I walk around. But they're these, like, weird pedometer Tamagotchis. Those are my favorite ones.
Oh, man. You're definitely going to bring them to Fanfare?
Sure. I'll happily bring anything anyone wants. Yeah, feel free to, if you have weird electronics that you want to see demonstrated at Fanfare, feel free to throw a note in the comments. We'll get that lined up for you. Whatever I've got, I'm happy to bring. Retro games, really weird Holy Grail titles I've got quite a few of. We could do, like, I think we talked about this last time I was here when I was bringing, like, different games. I was like, this one costs this much in America and this one costs this much in Japan.
Right.
We could bring the stadium events, the really expensive NES game. I could bring the Japanese version and the pad that you hit to, like, do athletic events.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Yeah, let me see what I can rig up.
And we're going to do a live show. So this same setup, we're going to rebuild it at Fanfare.
Yes.
So we'll be able to talk about this stuff, and maybe we can do a crowd thing or something. That actually be cool to have somebody do some steps and running while we do an episode and see how far they get by the time we're done.
Oh, that's a good challenge, and maybe that's the way they win a prize.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll think of something and work on it.
That's
that
good.
sounds great. Now, did you see the Pokemon movie?
Which one?
The one that just came out. Oh, excuse me, the live action.
The Detective Pikachu.
I just started watching that today, and I didn't get that far. But I was it couldn't keep my attention.
Really?
No.
What?
I couldn't. I mean, the script was really. I gotta be more open. I'll I gotta lower the expectation a little bit. I think to continue enjoying it, but I got maybe like a half an hour into it.
And you just weren't feeling it.
I just wasn't feeling it.
Oh.
What about I think they rushed the point real quick.
No.
And you had to really quickly buy into that, Pokemon are part of the world. I think that's what kind of... And by some of the dialogue, are they cool? Are they not cool? I mean, I couldn't really... I couldn't really see where they were going with it.
That's fair. I saw it with my sister, and I think we did the opposite take. We went in with really low expectations, so we actually had a lot of fun.
Oh,
so maybe that's the trick. I really enjoyed it at the end of the day. I thought it was pretty wild. Are you excited or scared for the Sonic movie if and when it ever comes out?
I'm looking forward to it. I think for me the big debate is, am I going to see that in the theater?
Ooh.
Or am I going to wait?
That is a good question.
I don't know if it's going to be... Now, obviously, if that was on Netflix, yeah, I'm watching that. I don't know if it commands going to... I don't know, what do you think?
I feel like the hype's so strong at this point. They've revised the character models. We've been talking about it for ages.
Okay.
It would be like not even... Regardless of if it's good or not, it would be such a thing to be there and enjoy it live. I think that's kind of like what does it for me when I see a movie. It's almost not like, yeah, I'll see my big blockbuster movie if it's going to be like this crazy thing. But sometimes it's fun just to go to a movie just for the spectacle, the event of it. I'd probably see it in theaters.
Okay.
Have you ever been to the Alamo Drafthouse?
Yes, I have. I like... I haven't been there in a while. I was meaning to go back there again. And for anyone that's not familiar, you could watch a movie and they'll actually serve you drinks and stuff, which is pretty cool.
And they have reserved seating and they're big, comfy reclining chairs, which now I think are becoming standard. I'm kind of surprised. Like, I do agree that it's a big question, like, am I going to see this in a movie? Because it's basically the cost of a DVD or a Blu-ray to see it live, just for one person. Without snacks, which is bonkers. But now they're all starting to adopt this model of like reserved seating. I went to a theater in Chelsea that wasn't the Alamo or Nighthawk, and they did that. I thought that was like a special thing. Now I think it's starting to become the industry standard that all theaters are doing that, which is interesting.
Wow.
They do cool stuff at that theater too. They'll do like hot takes and weird like pre-movie trailers where they'll have like a charrette of interesting little video clips that are related to the film at hand.
Okay.
I really enjoy that theater. It's a little pricey, but it's quite fun. Have you seen any movies recently that you do enjoy?
Well, I just saw Star Wars. That's the recent one.
Oh.
And...
Good? Bad?
Overall good, but I got some issues with it as a Star Wars fan.
Let me know.
Did you see it?
No. But I'm happy to go into spoiler territory. In fact, I encourage it, unless the fans of your show would hate that. If we're gonna start a war in the comments because you spoil something, maybe you just have to scream spoilers real loud, and then I think everything's legal.
Oh man. Let's see. All right, I won't go too hard for those. I'm not gonna give away the whole thing because just in case someone didn't see it by now, because I took me a while to see it too. But I would say this that doesn't totally ruin the plot or anything like that. there was no reason for Han Solo to show up. Like in the whole Jedi spirit thing. Because he's not a Jedi. So it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's like the best friend to the Jedis.
You know? Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, so that, that was, and, oh man, I guess there's the other two things would be spoilers. Actually, no, because this doesn't ruin the plot. It's just a little piece of it. Or should I say a piece that they kind of built up that doesn't exist. So did you see the other two?
Yeah.
Okay. So out of nowhere, Rose, they kind of built like she had a crush on Finn. That kind of build up and like, are they going to get together? He's not really focused on her, but what's going to happen? It's not addressed at all.
Weird.
It's just
not even there.
It's just not even there.
Did they just like do like they sampled the audience and they were like, this isn't really hitting home with any of our viewers. Let's just remove this from the plot entirely.
Well, there were issues with people, I guess, stalking and leaving foul comments to the actress that plays Rose. So maybe that was it.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it's just a bunch of relationship things that there was this build up and it went nowhere, and then there's kind of a romantic thing that never should have existed. And when you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, what? 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 No. What? No. All right. So before we go, what is your social media?
You can find me at Retro Kingdom NYC on Instagram, on Facebook. You can, if you Google Retro Kingdom, we're part of Tozai Exports, which is a retro video game import-export company from Japan. We have, through Tozai Kingdom, you can find us on eBay if you want to just look at a massive collection of online listings at very, very affordable prices, or you can find us downtown in Chelsea at 247 West 16th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue as part of the larger No Particular Hour store. And if that's a lot, feel free to contact me directly and I'd be happy to sort it out for you.
Cool. And you're watching GeekCaster. I'm Michael7Michael. You can go to Michael7Michael on Instagram. Of course, you can go to GeekCaster on Instagram and all the social media. Go to geekcaster.com to watch more of these episodes. If you're watching on cable, hey, go online and you can see more stuff. Everything sci-fi, fantasy, geek culture, geek media. And thank you. Thank you for watching.
Woo!
Woohoo!